Get ready, America, for this is the best of Destination Small Town, a Cluck TV production, featuring the shows that have taken Sweet Swine County by storm. The reality hit, The Real Housewives of Sweet Swine County, Sweet Swine's favorite music show, Backstage at the Commune, the tastefully done cooking segment, Cooking It Up with Betty, the always zany soap opera, As the Corn Grows, and of course, the wildly popular talk shows that share what's happening inside and outside Sweet Swine County. Which shows will you be seeing today? Stay tuned and find out right after the break.
Get ready for a website like no other. A website where you will find stories done by reporters, tourists, and celebrities from Sweet Swine County. Yes, I said Sweet Swine County. With nothing happening in their county, they decided to do some stories about the businesses and points of interest located in their neighboring towns and counties. Take a unique look at life inside the small towns of the Midwest by visiting DestinationSmallTown.com.
This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publications, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tales Publication is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns with the release of One Duck, One Ventriloquist, an Autobiography by Lawyer Ed. Talented, driven, hungry for fortune and fame, the story of a man and his wooden duck against the world. The High Horse Herald says, "This guy quacks me up. What a character, and the lawyer's funny too." The New Pork Periodical says, "Best $2 I ever spent on a book." Each of these towns and their businesses are being considered to hold a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns and their businesses, visit DestinationSmallTown.com. This program has been made possible by The Daily Boar. This sometimes daily newspaper reports the news the residents of Sweet Swine County want to know. Also now featured online at SweetswineScoop.com.
Welcome to the Women of Sweet Swine County. I'm very excited today to share today's program with you, where we talk about all the happenings inside and outside of Sweet Swine County.
Yes, we are very excited. Today we have a musical and a creative artsy guest to interview, which is, I think it's going to be just great fun. Plus,
Yes.
of course, spotlights on cities outside of Sweet Swine County. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Absolutely.
Well, ladies, before we bring our guests out, I have to tell you, we've been getting lots of emails. They are all about the great places and the great people that live in Minnesota and in Sweet Swine County.
Are any of the emails just about here in Sweet Swine County?
No, this one is about outside Sweet Swine County
They're all
this time.
about outside
But that
Sweet
is
Swine.
good, you know? I know that you really are all about Sweet Swine County, but
County.
you need to open your mind a little bit, honey.
Get out
Let's
of the
try
box.
that. And now, without further ado, I want to introduce you Billy Cruz. Here we go.
Welcome, Billy. We're so happy to have you here.
Very
Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
Good.
Billy, tell us, where are you from?
I'm from the northwest corner of Martin County, a little town called Ormsby. And we
Never
live on
been
a
there.
farm outside the town.
I've been there.
But recently we moved into a cabin for the summer out on Swine Lake.
Hey, and Swine Lake is the biggest lake in Sweet Swine County.
It's a beautiful place. And the best thing about it is I'm living right next to Lonesome Ron.
Oh, Lonesome Ron. I just
kidding,
love Lonesome Ron. And ladies and gentlemen, Lonesome Ron is a yodeling cowboy from Mankato. We need to see if we can get him on the show.
That's a good idea. You'd really enjoy his singing.
Well, Billy, we know that you are very famous in the area as an artist and as an entertainer.
Thank you very much. I've enjoyed a lot of years of pursuing my interests,
So, Billy, tell us a little bit about your art.
Well, I started out as a young child playing with color crayons, and then I got into pastels and into acrylic paints and oil paints and house paint.
House paint.
Really?
House paint, which I use for painting murals. I've done some work for Tanya Tucker, did some portrait work of her children and herself, and also designed some starwear like Prairie Anna's wearing, the Western outfits that are designed by hand painting. And I call it Wild Billy Starwear.
Giddy up. Can you show us some of your other work, Billy?
Yes, I did bring a couple of pieces of my artwork right here. We have like a poster art of a salute to the Grand Ole Opry with Minnie Pearl and Grandpa Jones. And back here behind the chair we have a Western painting of what might have happened in the 1800s when the wild cowboys came into the saloon.
Cowboys.
This one will be going to Texas this fall.
Really? That's
Yes.
beautiful.
Thank you. And I also had the opportunity to do some artwork for Our Story Studios. They asked me to do a mural of Betsy Palmer and Will Hutchins. They came, was that 2 summers ago? 2 summers ago they came, and we had our pictures taken with murals, and they signed them, and that was great fun.
I know Betsy. I do. You know, we have the same vet, so
You're close.
we're BFFs.
And I got to do some artwork for this wonderful restaurant named Edie's. I painted the people who first started the restaurant. It's Ron and his mother Edie and the other son Randy.
Oh, I love Edie's. Great hash browns,
Pancakes.
great atmosphere. It's just a
Very
wonderful
nice
place
restaurant.
to eat.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, very nice restaurant.
A family place to go.
And they did feature that on the show As the Corn Grows.
So, Billy, tell us a little bit about your music.
Well, I started out learning how to play guitar when I was about 10. My dad taught me how.
Wow.
Wow.
But never really learned to read music very well until we went to school, and then I played my saxophone there and had to learn notes. But I still prefer to play music by ear. I had learned to play fiddle when I was 17, and we have a family band that's still working called the BKs. And I have a new CD out. It's right here. It's called Yellow Cowboy Boots. It has 14 original songs on it that I've written, and I think I'd like to do a tune off of there, the title cut. I wrote it about my dad because he had a pair of yellow cowboy boots and he was my idol.
Well, you know what? I think we would be just really happy to have you sing a song for us.
Okay,
Please.
He's an old-fashioned kind of cowboy, and he sings with the yodeling. He wears a felt hat, faded jeans worn and patched, and his eyes are sparkling blue. Life seems to dance all around him. His family is all that he's known. He is the greatest dad, the best friend I ever had, and in a crowd he stands out alone. Oh, Daddy, did you know you were a brave one? Did you know you stood tall and true? And each step of the way I believe so in you. And your yellow cowboy boots. He grew up tough, fixing fences, working hard and loving the land. Now he's withered and old, and his kids have left home, but he holds my mama's hand.
and he still sings the song of the cowboy to the old folks and children who dream of a time in the West where heroes don't rest and the world is better off, it seems. Oh, Daddy, did you know you were a brave one? Did you know you stood tall and true? And each step of the way, I believe so in you and your yellow cowboy boots, my daddy's cowboy boots. Yodelay, oh, lo, oh, lo-dee. Yodelay, oh, lay. Yodelay, oh, lo, oh, lo-dee. Yodelay, oh, lay, oh, lay.
Thank you.
Billy, that was just wonderful. Would you consider singing another song for us right now?
I'd love to.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present Billy Cruz singing her newest song, As the Corn Grows.
As the corn grows, our story knows that family, farm, and friends are here to stay. And as the wind blows across the fields of gold, Sweet Swine County is my home on the range. I never knew a place so peaceful and so green. I never thought I'd write this song to sing. But everyone around is connected in this town, and I wonder what the days ahead will bring. As the corn grows, our story knows that family, farm, and friends are here to stay. And as the wind blows across the fields of gold, Sweet Swine County is my home on the range. Ooh, 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 ooh. When I moved in by the lake in a cabin in the spring, I thought I'd hide away in solitude. A friendship began to grow when my neighbors said hello. I fell in love with their country attitude. As the corn grows, our story knows that our family, farm, and friends are here to stay. And when the wind blows across the fields of gold, Sweet Swine County is my home on the range. Sweet Swine County is my home on the range. Sweet Swine County is my home on the range.
Billy, you did just a fabulous job, and we have one of your CDs sitting here, but if everyone out there, I know they will want one. Where do they go? Who do they call?
Call Jeff at ourstory.mn.com and you can get one off of the internet. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm going to need a CD for our dressing room. Is that okay, Billy? Do you have an extra one for us?
Wow, you remember our dressing room. I was just impressed. It's not my dressing room. You finally got it.
It's ours.
You are learning.
Yeah.
Another wonderful guest, the very creative and musical Billy Cruz.
Yes.
And the end of our show has come. We had great city spotlights, and we are just keeping our audience, who we thank for watching, and I know our ratings are going up as we speak, but thank you for joining us, the women of Sweet Swine County.
That's right. We are the women of Sweet Swine County.
Bye-bye.
The lifestyles led in the small towns and counties of the Midwest are like no other. But we seldom hear about the points of interest and businesses located in these towns. Well, there's one TV station that's made it their mission to make sure the stories of the small towns of the Midwest are told, Cluck TV. That's right, Cluck TV, located in the neighboring county of Sweet Swine. See all the towns that are covered on KLUKTV.com.
This program has been made possible by the Swine Song Commune, where musicians, artists, and hippie types live together and share their passions. To learn more, visit the online magazine at sweetswinescoop.com.
Story Productions presents the Cockover Morning Show, where we weed out the big stories from throughout Sweet Swine County with Bobby Ray and Sally Sue.
Thank you and welcome to the Cockleboro Morning Show. Today I have guest host with me from the Women of Sweet Swine County, the one and only Paris.
Thank you, Sergio. Yay, I'm so glad to be here. I'm hoping that I can pump your ratings up. And thank you for asking me to co-host.
I believe you called me.
Well, I did call you. I was trying to be neighborly about this because I know that both Bobby Ray and Sally Sue, they're absent, and you've been going around Sweet Swine County looking for co-hosts. You've had Prairie Ann on, and I thought, I should be neighborly and help you with your ratings and.
That's why you called me.
Yes, that's why I called you.
Because we have so you wanted to come on as well.
Seriously, I called you to be neighborly. You probably picked Prairie Ann because you felt sorry for her. Because if you look at all the polls that have been, they're out, they've been published. I'm the best dressed. I have the best personality. The best hair. Most modest co-host, so I am sure, I know I will help you with your ratings
you got
on
a
this
point
show.
there. I mean,
I know.
You do look marvelous.
Well, thank you. I do try.
Well,
thank you.
I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Me too. Thank you.
So what do you say we introduce our first guest?
Yes, that's why I'm here.
Our first guest is from right here in Sweet Swine County.
Oh, okay.
She's an author, a columnist, and a waitress. Please help us welcome Norma Noseguard.
Nosy Norma?
Welcome, Norma. Norma. Welcome, Norma. It's so good to have you
It's so
here.
great to be here.
How are you?
Good.
I hear you have some super huge news to share with us.
I do. I have just signed on to a 4-book contract with Swine Tales Publications.
Seriously?
Yes.
Wow. So Swine Tales Publication, aren't those the ones who published that book? Not So Sweet. There's one with the claws come out or something.
Yes. There's a book about the women of Sweet Swine County, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's move on. So, what are your new books?
This is my first book about Mrs. Swanson, Step Away from the Hot Dish.
Oh.
And it's just not about cooking. There is so much in here about Mrs. Swanson that nobody even knows her CIA. Yes.
Oh, her CIA.
Yes.
Ooh,
Awesome.
Ooh, I do love my dirt.
And then, Cousin John, he isn't who you guys think he is. The Confessions of a Chicken Farmer is a must-read.
Gimme. Oh my
Must
God!
read.
Like I said, I do love my dirt, and all that on. Oh my God! All that on Mrs. Swanson, and you wrote a tell-all book on Cousin John.
I did.
Our boss.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure you discovered some shocking information about Mrs. Swanson and Cousin John, but I'm sure you understand that they're two of the largest business people in Sweet Swine County.
They are.
Definitely, they are. Definitely, they are.
Afraid of getting fired?
Well, I know that's true, and you know why I know that's true?
No, Sergio, I thought we were here to promote my new books.
Well, I was just, gonna...
Well, okay. What other books do you... This one's great. What other books do you have?
Well, I do have Sweet Taste of Denial.
Ooh.
Cooking it up with Betty.
Oh.
She does a lot more than cooking with food.
I've heard that.
You've got to read these books. And then I have Safety, My A, the real Elmer Plow. If you want to know the real Elmer Plow, you have to read this.
Gimme. Oh, gosh. I love it. Ooh, I love it. I have to ask, do you do a lot of research? You have 4 huge books.
Hey.
Working at Edie's, I have enough notes to probably fill 6 more books.
Wow.
So, Norma, you get the information for your books while working as a waitress?
You want to know anything, you become a waitress.
Be a waitress. Yep,
Wow.
be a waitress.
You hear so much.
Yeah, or a hairdresser. Actually, waitress or hairdresser. Yeah.
I don't think I'd make either very good either. Waitress or hairdresser.
Wow.
That's where the information is.
But
It looks like you have a lot to say about all these business people.
Yes.
Business people. Don't you just love business people? I love business people.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
And Norma, you were a great guest. You really were.
What?
And I want to thank Harris for help co-hosting the Cockleboro Morning Show. And I want to thank all of our fans out there for joining us on the Cockleboro Morning Show, where we weed out the big stories from Sweet Swine County and beyond. Bye-bye.
Who are these people and what are they doing? Well, they're talk show hosts, tourists, celebrities, and reporters from your neighboring county of Sweet Swine. Yes, I said Sweet Swine County, and they're sharing what they've learned about the businesses and points of interest in the small towns of the Midwest. Learn all that they learned on DestinationSmallTown.com.
This program has been made possible by Purdue University, Sweet Swine County's Institute of Higher Learning, with 3 classroom trailers that can accommodate up to 9 students each. To learn more, visit sweetswinescoop.com.
Story Productions presents Cooking It Up with Betty, a saucy look at our stories. So, get ready for the one and only Betty Thompson!
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Cooking It Up with Betty. What a show we have planned for you today. I'm going to be making a special dish with my special guest. We will have reports from my What's Cooking reporters of what's exciting out there in our story country to see and hear. And without further ado, let's get started. Today I have a nice young man from college, Purdue University, woo! My university alma mater. His name is Ben in class, and I would like to have you welcome him. Ben?
Hi, thank you very much for having me.
Well, I'm so glad to have you. I understand that usually I have to be out looking for guests, and I found out you volunteered to be my guest. How did that happen?
Well, actually, somehow I got wrapped up into interning with Cousin John over at Cluck TV.
Oh.
Basically, I've just been following him around with a notepad, writing down his every thought.
Oh, well then you haven't used much paper, right?
He does his best.
I shouldn't say that. Sometimes Cousin John does watch my show. Not very often, but yeah, I have to be kind of careful about that. After all, he does pay the big bucks.
He pays me too.
Oh, well, that's good, good. And you're from the university at PU, is that correct?
PU! Woo!
Yes, indeed. And what are you majoring in?
Well, I'm majoring in 8-track repair, but I'm taking a minor in pig wrangling, and I'm hoping to get my certificate in mass media.
Oh, okay. Well, I was culinary arts. I guess that stands to reason. I usually have a little glass of wine while we're doing this. Would you like some wine?
No, I'm good on the wine, actually. I brought something for myself.
Oh. Yeah.
Would you like some?
Okay. I guess I can have some.
Definitely. Party on.
Oh, this is new and exciting. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good.
It's good.
Oh, yes, indeed. Well, I have these reporters out in the field, and they go around to all different places, and they find out what's going on out there in our story country. Would you like to see one of those reports?
Of course.
Okay, let's go to one of those.
Oh, Abby Appetite here, head reporter for the What's Cooking team. Making a list for my reporters to do stories on about the restaurants, cafes, diners, supper clubs, and bakeries in the small towns of the Midwest. You can see them all on clucktv.com. Hey, let's pick one out and go there together. Remember, you'll be traveling with an appetite. Abby Appetite.
Wow, those places look great. Do you have any food like that today?
Oh, yes, indeed. We're going to be making a hot dish today. This is a cheesy, beefy hot dish. And what I've done so far is I've cooked the noodles, and then I've made a nice cheesy sauce here with 2 different kinds of cheeses, my special seasoning, and we're going to mix that all together, and then we're going to add some beef to that.
You know, that looks really good and all, but I think it'd be a lot easier if we just cook some ramen noodles on the stove. That's my specialty.
But that's just noodles. This has everything. This has all the different ingredients. And you know, it'd be a big hit back at the dorm at PU University. Yes, we're cooking now. All right, and now I'm going to add the beef, and I've jazzed up the beef with some onion, some garlic, some green and red pepper, and we're going to stir this all together, and then we're going to put it in our casserole dish to bake. You know, if you're only eating noodles or takeout food at the university, you know, this will be a big hit there back at PU.
PU.
Are you out for any of the sports or anything like that there at PU?
Well, I'm good at sports like I'm good at everything else, but I'm mostly on the horseshoe team. That takes up a lot of my time.
Would you like to stir this together? We just want to get that cheese mixed in with the macaroni. Would you like to do that?
Definitely. I'm good at stirring too.
All right. And of course, I use my special seasonings to season this up to make it taste really, really special. Oh, you're doing a good job there, Ben.
Thank you.
You know, I understand that the younger viewing audience are going to be watching now because I have a young person on my show, and I think that's great. I think the girls are going to really be excited.
Definitely will. Always been good with the ladies. Just as good at chasing women as I am at chasing pigs.
All right. Well, that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and put it into our casserole dish here. Oh,
that's my special touch.
Oh, that's your special touch, and this is my special touch. Well,
you want this in
yes,
there?
Yeah, let's put it in there.
Okay.
And then we will get it into the oven. Oh, that looks good. Oh, Ben, you're doing a great job. Well, Ben, it's been so wonderful having you on my show. You know, I would imagine you're in a fraternity over there at PU.
Of course. I am actually the treasurer. That's treasurer at Oinka Pigga Pigga Fraternity, the favorite fraternity among the sorority sisters.
Ooh, and you handle the money. That's pretty special.
And I handle the women.
Oh, my. Well, I can see why. And thank you, Ben, for being here. I see we're almost out of time.
Actually, are you sure you don't have anything else to cook? I feel like I could really get some more experience from you.
Oh, well, I'm sure I have some other recipes.
Do you happen to have any recipes that involve more beer?
Well, I do indeed. Yes, I do. I have several.
Sounds great. You know what? I'm going to head back to PU, grab some more beer, come back, and then we'll cook some more.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Ben. Bye. Oh, well, thank you. My roving reporters, thank you, Ben, for being here. And thank you, my home viewing audience. Always a pleasure to have you. Anything can happen on Cooking It Up with Betty. Come back next time. Bye
now. Get ready, because now you can see a late-night talk show filmed in front of a discerning yet agreeable studio audience. Split Hoof tonight. Cousin John and his incomparable sidekick, Earl Silo, interview a roster of guests who make appearances that you won't want to miss. Now on this station and the web.
This program is made possible in part by Swine Tales Publications, the proud publisher of Sweet Swine County maps and plat books, now publishing authors from throughout Sweet Swine County. Swine Tales Publication is now making plans for their next book tour, and they may be held in these small towns with the release of How to Be Jealous of Yourself by Prairie Ann. Born with a total package and surrounded by jealousy her entire life, Prairie Ann shares her personal rise to the top as Sweet Swine's hometown sweetheart. Prairie Ann has thrown off the yoke of pure envy, theirs, not hers, and has put her vast wealth of knowledge in this tell-all book. Each of these towns and their businesses are being considered to hold a book signing because of the information found on the best source about small towns of the Midwest. To learn about these towns and their businesses, visit destinationsmalltown.com.